Today, we're going to talk about restaurants and leadership and how the two intersect. Well, welcome back to this YouTube channel. I want you to like, share, subscribe because here we grow again. Your team may not be lazy, you may just be running the restaurant wrong. I got some notes right here, so let's get into it. I'm going to share something that may bother you, but it will free you if you actually hear it the right way. Your team may not be lazy, they may just be mismanaged. Most people don't experience burnout because they won't work. It's because leaders may be running God's house or any organization like a chaotic restaurant. Let me set the precedence for this so that you understand some definitions. God is the owner of the restaurant, okay? The pastor, CEO, basilisk, president is the head chef. Leaders are sous chefs and the team is the kitchen or front of house staff, but they all are necessary to make things happen. Let's get this first thing right in the first point. God is the owner, not the head chef. This is important for various reasons. God owns the vision, God owns the mission, and God owns the house. Owners set the vision, fund the vision, protect the vision, and they evaluate fruit, not effort. Okay? Hear this. Owners don't cook every plate, but when leaders act like owners instead of stewards, they micromanage, over control, and try to carry the weight that God never assigned them. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Because if God owns it, you don't get to redesign the menu every time you feel insecure, but you redesign the menu in efforts to serve this present age. And that's why it's so important that the head chef and the owner are in good relation because we got to get that right. Now, point two, the pastor, CEO, basilisk, president is the head chef, not the entire kitchen. The head chef sets the menu, establishes standards, oversees quality, trains leaders, plates the vision, not every meal. The problem, too many leaders may jump on the line every time something feels urgent. And most people who are plating and doing the other things feel that the person that is the head chef may not know what they're doing. It feels spiritual, but actually it's kind of dysfunctional. So when the head chef cooks every dish, fixes every problem, covers every absence, they become the bottleneck. But here's the other flip side of it. When the head chef cannot trust the sous chefs or the kitchen staff to get it done, then that also becomes a problem. So if everything has to go through you, growth will never get past you. If everything has to go through you, growth will never get past you. Point three, sous chefs exist to multiply the vision. Sous chefs are not assistants, they are leaders. I always tell the team, you are the CEO of every area you manage. I don't care where you are positioned within the organization, you are a CEO. You carry authority, you translate the vision into execution, you lead sections of the kitchen, correct issues before they reach the head chef. And if sous chefs aren't empowered, the head chef gets overwhelmed, the staff gets confused, and excellence becomes inconsistent. If your leaders need permission for everything, you don't have leaders, you just have title holders. And so let's pause right there. Sous chefs exist to multiply the vision, make the vision bigger than when it actually rested in their laps. So if you exist to multiply the vision, here's the important portion of that the vision doesn't have to mirror how it was given to you, but it should affect or it should display the need of why it was given to you. So if the head chef, let's just say, says, I want you to run 1,000 copies and run around the whole city and post them. The idea is that the head chef wants to get exposure to the restaurant. The head chef wants an initiative or something like that to get the exposure that it needs. You may say, I can do that in a better, more efficient, more quicker way. And if that is the case, then you've got to understand that it's not about mirroring everything that was given to you, but it's about multiplying what was given to you. All right, here's the fourth point. The team can only execute when the structure supports. Kitchen staff, sous chefs, front of house need clarity, training, consistency, need leadership present, but not hovering. I have this weird philosophy when it comes to hovering over people, especially when it comes to people who like to be very thought forward in how they lead, and they like to actually multiply and not necessarily mirror what they have been taught. You get the best out of hardworking people when you allow them to move forward on what you give them. The moment that you micromanage is the moment that you will get the least out of them. Someone who's creative in how they do it. That does not mean that you're an artist, a graphic artist. That doesn't mean that you are someone who just operates in the creative space. But when you're creative about how you go about doing things, when you are micromanaged, it locks you up and your mind is not free to flow. So people fail also when standards are unclear, authority is undermined. That's important. So if the head chef decides to put someone over you, a sous chef or someone like that, you've got to understand their authority. Instructions change daily. So let's talk about that, because instructions cannot change due to emotion. We often bring that into certain spaces. Emotion will have you in a bunch of commotion. And now we're all seasick. So sometimes you'll see people who don't necessarily lead with emotion, but they lead with heart. And sometimes we have to keep things for the betterment of the restaurant and not just for the betterment of how you feel. Feelings are fleeting, but results have to keep happening. So if the restaurant is struggling, don't yell at yourself, don't yell at the staff, just check the structure, right? Because God didn't call you to cook every plate. You can't cook and collapse. So you got to understand these 4 points. I hope this was helpful. Here we grow again. Here's the thing. I got some courses that could help you with this right there in the chat. There's a link. You can look at those courses and they'll help you with that structure piece that we talked about. Make sure you like, share, subscribe on this YouTube channel. Thank you so much. Share this with your team. Share it with someone who needs to hear it. And I promise you'll grow because of it.